Like there wasn't really a lot in this show other than a few like alien races that we've seen before, but a lot of alien races were new to me. Things that just did not look familiar. And there was a lot of humans. There was a lot of humanoids, which was very interesting as well.
So
and we get a lot of new planets, which there's a lot of new. So you're right.
That's my point.
There's a lot of new planets. There's a lot of new, just a lot of new, which is cool because it feels like in a lot of Star Wars stories, it's a lot of recycled content that is put back in because it continues to make it feel familiar, right? But at the same time, at what point is it too much? Like when have we've seen the same thing over and over again? So I really appreciate that. And when I was watching this, a lot of it comes down to the lens that they shot this through. It's very grainy. It's very gritty. It's dark. The colors are dark and dreary. And so it doesn't feel like Star Wars for the most part because Star Wars always is very vibrant and it's shiny and all this stuff. But this was all this, even a lot of the, what is this planet? The first planet, Kevin, with the,
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
It's like whatever that planet is. That felt very imperialistic. It felt very almost like Nazi Germany to a certain degree. It was
that reminded me of what were they called in the Old Republic? There was this corporation, Circa Corporation, that like ruled all these planets. They controlled all this mining.
Well, that's essentially how these guys came across.
That was the vibe I got from them. So that was
the guards were called corpos. I had the subtitles on just so I could try to like figure out everybody's names and what they were called. I think they're called corpos. So like a part of a corporation because everybody was when he walked into the brothel and he was like no credits, so you didn't have to pay for it. You didn't pay for the sex. And everybody's an employee of that planet. And there's different planets. Well, it seems like the way they were setting up the structure is that each planet has a number.
Morlana 1 was the name of this planet. So it seemed like a red light district situation with those bubbles when you were walking in. It seemed like there were droids in there. Like it seemed like whatever your taste was.
Yeah, it was wild.
I love that they constantly allude to the fact that people fuck droids in Star Wars. You realize that, right?
Well, yes.
Lando so it's interesting. So it was like a red light district. So my whole thing with that was they were trying to be, I don't say edgy, that's not the right word, but they were trying to show you
it was
dark side of the universe right off the bat.
Which is great. We need more of that.
I actually thought it was Corellia with the way the walkway was set up because it looked like the walkway from Solo and then the one that you drive down. Or I thought it could have been where Ezra's from. I forget the name of the planet. Lothal. Lothal also has one of those long runways, but this was completely new. So I don't think it was free because in the next scene with the little douchebaggy corporate guy and his boss, when the boss was like, just cover it up, tell him it was an accident, he mentions that the brothel was expensive and they probably shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Oh, right. Well, then what was he saying for no credit? It was weird. Like, but I had a hard time understanding like the structure of that planet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so cool. Like, and so like you've made me curious about a new place. And so now we have an entire new opportunity to tell a story around that place, which is cool.
And then we're getting flashbacks too, though. It seems like he lived in this like Lord of the Flies community.
Yeah. So that was really
on this abandoned Imperial mining planet. I forget what the name of it was. Started with K.
Well, yeah. So at that point, yeah. So it wasn't Imperial, it was Republic. So the Republic had come in.
Yes, sorry.
So either the Republic was mining that facility, that planet to the ground, or it was the it could have been the Separatists.
Well, they said the Republic is coming after the ship crashed.
Yeah, but that ship just crashed there. I don't think they had anything to do with actually going to that planet. So I'm still trying to figure out what happened to that planet. Because in Catalyst, that would have made sense because of the Empire, but it's too far in the past at that point. So I mean, like Cassian was a kid, so that's probably 10, 15 years in the past. So the Republic was, well, damn.
No, because the Empire hasn't been around that long.
I guess it could have been at the beginning of the Empire.
I'm trying to find the name of the planet. It started with a K. What was it?
He said it many times.
Especially towards the end when they were looking for him. I'm trying to find when he talks to the lady of the
You know what? I had this great idea of having a notepad But I was up at 5 a.m. and I was like, do I really want to turn the lights on and have the TV on?
Yeah, I had a blanket over me and like it was the whole thing. I wasn't getting a notepad out. My phone was all the way over there, so I couldn't get up and get it. It would be too much. I did write down booty calls, brothels, and swearing for the opening because that was perfect.
I had this grand idea. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get up and I'll turn my camera on. I'm gonna do a watch party, like record it, and I can upload it, and Paul will love it. And I just I woke up and I was like, this is a stupid idea. I'm just gonna go sit in the camera.
No. Anyway, yeah, so it might have been a separatist. They say at one point it was an Imperial mining facility that was abandoned, though.
Yeah.
So maybe because Republic came to Imperial, it's all the same thing at the end of the day. I'm not really sure on that one. Also, they were yellow. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that too. There was some type of toxic gas that was coming out of that ship.
Saw that.
When the kids were walking down, and they had some of them had the gas mask, but it didn't seem like they were all able to get it on. So they're when the door opened up, you could see all this yellow gas kind of coming out, and it seemed like that's what changed their skin, because those were just Republic officers, and they were all humanoid, so they weren't yellow skinned. I think the gas turned their skin yellow. I think that ship was attacked by pirates.
Like Hondo?
Oh, that would be so fucking cool.
Hello, Cassian.
That would be so dope.
He would be so out of place in this show, though.
Oh, very much so.
He's comic relief. That's all he ever is, except when you first meet him in Clone Wars. But aside from that, he's just comic relief.
In Clone Wars, he's a dick.
But he's a funny dick.